but Vandana
Okay.
can start in. Now Vandana got froze.
No, I'm not frozen. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Oh, Mayur is frozen. And he said,
Oh.
a very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Vandana, your Sergeant at Arms today. Welcome to our special 617th meeting of Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club Bangalore. I'd like to start with the mission of a Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. For every Toastmasters meeting, we have a few guidelines we follow. Please mute your mic if you're a non-speaker. Please remember to unmute yourself when you come to speak. Please mute all other devices so that we don't interrupt our speakers. I would like to request all speakers to refrain from speaking about sex, religion, and politics to avoid hurting the sentiments of our audience. Requesting guests who are joining in from other clubs and different parts of the world to mention your club name and location in the chat window. And if you're a non-Toastmaster, just drop in that you're a guest. So please do drop in the chat window. We have some familiar faces as well today. Today, I'd like to share about my experience as an executive committee member. I knew nothing about what an ExCom meant when they said, come be a treasurer. And I'm like, no, they told me, if an engineer can be a treasurer, definitely a commerce graduate can do a better job. I did not know what I did, but it helped me grow as an individual, as a leader. The next term, I was, should I stand for the elections? Then I decided to become Sergeant at Arms. Midway of VP, PR, the amount of learning with each role that I took up really changed me as an individual. It helped me get into a career. It helped me pursue my creative dreams. Today, I'm the club secretary, but I'm also here asking our wonderful new members and other inspiring members to also rise up to the occasion of our coming elections this month. Next, to introduce a very interesting person, a thoughtful and inspiring leader. I thought maybe this year, 2021, after a stressful 2020, I decided to take a break. But then I noticed this person was going to stand for president. And then I thought, oh, I definitely want to work with her. She is a double triple crown winner. She's been all around the world bringing in interesting concepts. Recently, she brought debate to our club, which was a wonderful success. She's always trying to bring in all these creative concepts, drama, and whatnot to make our meetings interesting and our audience hooked. She is an area level table topic champion winner, our club president, Toastmaster Deepa. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vandana, and a warm good evening to everybody. Welcome to the 617th meeting of Speech Weavers. Today's meeting's theme is very different. Success is experimenting plus learning. And can you correlate that with Toastmasters? Anybody? Raise your hand if you want to answer that. Well, I believe in Toastmasters, we are here to experiment with speaking. We're here to make mistakes. We're here to go crazy with our voices and sound different. For me, especially, I always had a flat voice. And I was always told you had a flat voice. In fact, I had people who slept over my speeches. And I decided I had to do something. And over a period of time, I gathered a number of techniques, some totally out of my comfort zone. Somebody told me you'll have to speak movie dialogues in different ways, in an angry voice, in a very happy voice, and whatnot. And it didn't come naturally, but I did try. So when I tried all these techniques, I eventually got
So now
successful at learning the basics and the nuances of vocal variety. Okay. So that is what it's all about. You learn, you experiment, you continue your growth journey. And I have a few guests who have joined us, who I'd like to welcome as well as take an introduction from. First off, could I ask to Saket Agarwal to introduce yourself to us? Are you here with Saket? Are you here? Okay, looks like he's not in the room. And there's Tomoko-san from Nagasaki, Furzi from Afterburners, Texas. And there's Shankar and Asha who are joining in. A warm welcome to everybody. It's now time for us to have a fun segment, something called laughter segment. And to host this segment, we have with us the youngest member of our club, most passionate member. In fact, he goes to a Toastmasters club almost every day. He's recently joined a Malaysian club as well called Passion Advanced Toastmasters Club. And he's ready with a bunch of jokes. I, in fact, heard them yesterday. We rehearsed together. Please welcome on stage our joke master for today, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for your welcome. Now, I just like to, since the time is very less, good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Let us go to a school where the teacher is asking, what is the difference between science, art, and commerce? So the student suddenly he had in his mind something like this. He says, there is no medicine for corona. As of now, that is science. And hospital bills comes in lakhs, even though the hospital, no medicine. This is hearts. Patient dies, but hospital survives, and that is called commerce. Now, let us go to a dispensary. There, a patient was crying to the doctor that I went to so many shops, medical shops, but nobody could understand your medical prescription. Some fellow says, oh, this is out of stock, it will come tomorrow. The other fellow says, we do not know what this medicine is. If you want, I can give the equivalent of that one. Then the third fellow says, this will be available by tomorrow. Only thing is you have to buy in black. This fellow got so disgusted about this prescription and the answers. He went direct to the doctor and says, doctor, what is this that you have written that I had to face so many problems? I did not give you a prescription. I was just trying to know whether my pen is writing better or not. So I was just scribbling. So that was the. Then then we'll go there to, let us say, a place of office where there was an interview. So the boss asked, where were you born? He said, in India. Then he asked, which part of India? What you are asking for part? The whole body is from India only. So we will go to, let us say, another, one of the ladies standing near the car and she's asking, he went to the mechanic and the mechanic asked that she has some problem with her car. The mechanic asked, what is the name of your car? I have no, I just forgot, but it starts with T. Oh, I thought all the cars start with petrol. It's amazing that your car starts with the T. Then let us go to a place where there was an accident. One of the fellow was crying that he lost his arm. And he was, oh God, my God, I lost my arm. Oh, he was shouting. Then one of the fellow from there, he said, why are you crying? Look at the man. He lost his head, but still he's not crying. So in the time there, I can go for one more.
So I think we have run out of
So,
time.
okay. There was a, we'll go to the museum. One of the tourists asked the curator, whose skull is this? The guide said, this is the skull of an old king. Next to that lie a small skull. Whose skull is this one? The guide said, this was the skull of a same king who was when he was young. So one of the, let us go to the classroom again. The teacher asked, which is the oldest animal in the world? A student suddenly got up and said, it is zebra. Why? How do you know? It is still in black and white. Why everything is in colorful? The zebra is in black and white. So two fellows were fixing a bomb in the car. One of the fellow asked the other fellow, suppose while you're fixing, if suddenly expose, what you will do? He said, I have another one. Is time over or still I can continue?
It's
So
done,
we have
Joseph, sir.
officially run out of time. In fact, it's been 3 minutes since that happened.
Thank you,
Okay.
Toastmaster Joseph,
Thank
for
you,
those
sir.
wonderful jokes. A big round of applause for trying a bunch of jokes on us and trying to get us to laugh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for me to introduce to you a person who's making her debut as Toastmaster of the Day. She joined Speech Weavers just last month, and she's here to learn the nuances of hosting a meeting. Let me introduce this person to all of you. She's a certified image professional and a soft skills coach, a makeup artist, beautician, and engineering graduate by qualification. She's a home engineer whose first priority is family. She's a mother of 2 kids and has had 10+ years of experience in running her own enterprise in professional makeup art as a professional makeup artist and beautician. She's the founder of Elite Image Makeover, and she's recently opened her own website. Please welcome on stage the Toastmaster of the Day, who's going to teach you the math. Success is equal to learning plus experimenting. Toastmaster Neelu.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Deepa, for such a wonderful introduction. A warm welcome to all the Toastmasters and dear guests. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Speech Weavers 617th meeting. The theme of the day today is just a simple math, success, which is equal to experimenting plus learning. And I'm sure everyone here can relate. As a Toastmasters, we experiment a lot. And with that, we learn a lot of things, adding the success story as a Toastmaster. Well, for me, experimenting and learning began at a very young age when I completed my 5th grade. I was told by my parents that I will not be joined to 6th grade because of the financial status at home. And I was born in a community where girl education was not supported at that point of time. Well, my dreams were bigger than me, and I had all the courage to experiment. And I just went in search of a job and earned a quite good amount to pay my 6th grade. And my experimenting and learning continued till I completed my 10th grade in every summer vacation, earning a very good amount to pay my fees for all the classes. And the success was I became the topper of our school in my 10th grade. And this is how I can say success is just experimenting and learning. With this, I can say success is not arduous. My favorite quote for success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life. It's about what you inspire others to do. Let's say a little about Toastmasters. Ralph C. Smedley was the founder of Toastmasters International. Toastmaster International is a non-profitable educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Anyone who is willing to develop communication skills, leadership, teamwork, critical thinking, improve listening skills, and build a good network just join Toastmaster without giving a second thought, as there is no other platform that matches Toastmaster standard for developing public speaking. With this, let's move on to the structure of the meeting. For today, the meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first is the prepared speech round, where members will be delivering speeches based on the projects and paths that they have chosen. The second part of the session, the meeting, is the table topic round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. This round is very exciting and interesting, and also is known as the impromptu speech section. Guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. The third and final part is the evaluation round, in which all the prepared speeches as well as other aspects of the meeting will be evaluated by general evaluator. As the Toastmaster of the day, it's my duty to introduce the role bearers who will assist me running off today's meeting. Let me introduce G. For him, success lies in steps you take and sacrifice you do to become successful. He is currently working as business manager for a startup. He likes cycling and reads books, and also loves to listen audiobooks as well. He is none other than our current VP Education and was past president, past VP membership, Toastmaster Mayur. Now I call upon our general evaluator to introduce his team. Over to you, general evaluator, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nilu, for inviting me as a general evaluator. I'm happy to be general evaluator for the meeting today. I have started noticing from the start of the meeting, and I will be representing my report at the end of the meeting. I will observe throughout the meeting what speaker says good or bad, and what could be improved in their English and uses and everything. So to help me with various roles, I have my team of tag and listener. So I would like to invite them to give brief about their roles. First, I would like to invite our Toastmaster timer of the day, Adarsh, to give his role brief. Over to you, Adarsh.
Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Adarsh, and I'll be playing the role of a timer today. As for my role, I'll be timing all of your table topics, speeches, and evaluations. So as for table topics, you'll only be provided a maximum of 2 minutes to talk. So I'll display the blue screen, as you can see at the back, until you reach the first minute, which is the minimum time allotted. And once you reach the first minute, I'll switch to the green screen. And then I'll move to the yellow screen when you're at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And when you reach the second minute, I'll display the red card, which is a symbol that you have to stop. And as for speeches, you'll be provided a maximum of 5 to 7 minutes. So when you reach the 5th minute, I'll display the green card. When you reach the 6th minute, I'll display the yellow card, and when we reach the 7th minute, I'll display the red card. I suggest all the speakers to adhere to the timing guidelines to ensure that they don't get disqualified. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Adarsh, for giving us brief about timer role. I would like to also include that for evaluator roles, everyone will get 2 to 3 minutes to speak. So timing will be that according to that only. So 2 minute, 2.5 minute, and 3rd minute respectively, yellow, green, and red card will be shown. Now I would like to invite our R counter of the day, which is Toastmaster Varsha. Toastmaster Varsha, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Mayur. Today, my role as an R counter is to find out the crutch words as well as the filler sounds. The crutch words would be like and, to be, and, well, you know, all this, and the filler sounds would be So I'll be making note of these words, whichever speaker is using, and would be providing my report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Varsha. Now I would like to invite our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Shushma. You are on mute, Shushma.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I would be playing the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, my role is paying close attention to all speakers and the role takers and carefully listening to their usage of language. I would make a note of good usage of phrases, idioms, words, and sentences. I would also make a note on areas of improvement for usage of language, words, pronunciation, and sentences and grammatical errors. As a grammarian, my duty is to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is arduous. The pronunciation is arduous, meaning difficult to achieve. For example, I devoted my heart and soul to the arduous task of video making for my YouTube channel. Another example would be, to become successful, we have to master handling the task which is arduous. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I would present my report, my word of the day report and grammatical usage report at the end of the meeting when I am called upon by a general evaluator. Over to General Evaluator Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you, Shushma, for giving everyone brief about your role. Now, I would like to invite our listener for the day, Toastmaster Nitin. Toastmaster Nitin, over to you.
Yes. Good evening to every Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honorable guests. So, as all of you know, being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. As you know, many said, such as Bruce Lee, it is very dangerous with the person who is listening everything, because listening equals to learning which is capable of success, as it is our day. So I will be noting all the interesting tidbits of the information from any of the speakers and ask any near and the end of the meeting to see if everyone was paying attention. So I will be giving my report at the end of the day and giving all the questions. So thank you. Back to you, Mantu, Toastmaster General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Nitin, for your detailed brief about the role. Before handing over to Toastmaster of the day, I would like to quote one. Evaluate what you want, because what gets measured gets produced. It is said by James A. Belasco. And I will be giving my report at the end of the meeting once TMOD invites me back after the table topic and speeches. Over to you, TMOD.
That's a nice quote, General Evaluator. And I thank you GE and Tile team for explaining your roles in detail. Thank you. Moving on to the first round, that's the prepared speech section. Now I call upon the first evaluator, who is very special and a dear friend of Speech Weavers, joining us all the way from Austin, Texas, from Afterburners Toastmaster Club. He is a passionate speaker and educator, and he is the world champion of public speaking semi-finalist 2020. Please welcome him with a big round of applause, Toastmaster Percy. May I request Toastmaster Percy to please read out the objectives of Speaker 1.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. It is my pleasure at this meeting to be the evaluator for Deepa Sampath Kumar, who is going to be giving her reflection because she has completed her arduous journey of the pathway personal influence. Her title today is My Toastmasters Pathway Saga, and she will be discussing in her speech aspects of her pathway and reflecting back upon it. That is my opportunity today. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Percy. Now I call upon our first speaker. She believes success follows those who set a goal, those who experiment and never hesitate to reach out, those who learn from failures and who never give up. She is just an amazing personality, one who brings a lot of creativity in all our meetings and one who is just ready to help out immediately when you reach her. I can say a great mentor at Toastmasters. She is none other than our President Toastmaster Deepa. She is going to successfully complete her first path today. Please put your hands together for our President Toastmaster Deepa. Toastmaster Deepa, my Toastmasters Pathway Saga. My Toastmasters Pathway Saga, Toastmaster Deepa. Over to you, Deepa.
August 30th, an entry in my journal. Last evening, I played the role of Table Topics Master. I first entered the building with my new blazer and jeans. My graduated new bob haircut was making me super conscious. I felt awkward and was feeling a little overdressed. I wish I had ironed my hair in the front. When my turn came, and I entered the podium, I lost the entire plot. And the voice in my head was going, say good evening, say good evening. And then I ran like a mad cow, no pauses. I forgot to say thank you, Ratnesh, greetings Toastmasters guests, and even repeat the timer cards. Challenges for you, Deepa. Don't speak too fast or too slow. Reduce that little bit of screechy voice and work on the flow of words and stop using the word wonderful so many times. This was me 3.5 years ago when I began my foray into Toastmasters. In fact, I think I was a couple of months into the Toastmasters program, and yet I was feeling jittery and nervous all the time. How many of you here in the room feel that way even today, or can recollect a past experience when they felt similarly? Raise your hands. Thank you. This was me during my first icebreaker speech. Can you find out something similar? That's me today and the image there. Anybody
Same
can
cloth.
unmute?
Pink color.
That's right. The attire is same, the long hair is gone, and definitely I've evolved as a speaker. So today I'm going to talk to you about my experience in Toastmasters and how the Pathway program transformed me as a speaker, person, and a leader. I joined Toastmasters, not that I was too afraid of the stage, but I was always fascinated by public speaking. And I wanted to understand the nuances of how people can be so good at it. And Toastmasters, when I entered a club, speech weavers especially, the supportive environment, the people, the international appeal, everything just had me converted in minutes. Now, when you enroll as a Toastmasters know it, just for the guests, when you enroll as a Toastmaster, you are also get access to an education program called the Pathways. There are 11 paths, and my path was persuasive influence. And as you know, persuasive influence is all about indirect influence and persuading, motivating. And that was what was told by Toastmasters as best fit for me. Pathways program has 5 levels. Every path has 5 levels, and mine was no different. Currently, I've completed 20 speeches, and this is my final speech. So level 1 had 4 speeches, which was the icebreaker speech, the one where you introduce yourself to the audience. They need to be knowing who you are by the end of the speech. The second speech was understanding the basic structure of speech. Next one was evaluating and learning to become a better listener. Level 2 was about understanding and exploring leadership styles. Mentorship, what does it mean in Toastmasters and outside of Toastmasters? And there is also something called active listening. What is active listening? This is level 2. Active listening is becoming a table topics master for the first time. Now, my favorite level was level 3, must I tell you. It had so many electives to explore, and I did experiment. There were just 3 that we had to complete, but I went on to do 4. And among the electives, there was one particular project called storytelling. I was passionate about the message that I had to deliver, and I told the story 7 times in 7 different clubs. And this was offline, not in online meetings. So it was a very, very enriching experience, getting feedback for the same speech multiple times, understanding how audiences were engaged. And I loved level 3. I had to explore body language, vocal variety, descriptive language. It was fun. Level 4 switched in hierarchy. Now it was getting a little lengthier, more into leadership and more into conflict resolution, difficult situations. And so I had a project where I had to describe a situation which was a difficult situation and you had to solve a problem. And I decided I'm going to give a speech on how speech weavers can conduct hybrid meetings. So ladies and gentlemen, Pathways is a fascinating experience. You have to go through it and explore all the electives if possible. Now, challenges that I faced as a speaker. You know, every time we give a speech, anytime we take a role in Toastmasters, we're given feedback. And my pattern was very clear. You have lots of ahs and ums. You have to improve on your eye contact. Your voice is flat. Can you bring in a little variety, a better rhythm? That was a constant in all my evaluations for close to 2 years. And I didn't know where I was heading to, but I did resolve myself that I'm going to conquer this someday. And I think I'm partially there. I learned through different workshops, mentors, through evaluators themselves, techniques that I could adopt to change these patterns of reducing ahs, establishing eye contact. I have my methods. And then the skills I acquired as part of the Pathway program. You remember the journal entry, how conscious I was. In fact, I could be a person who would not even pick up phone calls. I was a very shy person. I would prefer messages over phone. And becoming part of the leadership team, especially now as president, now I prefer to call instead of message. So there is a lot of changes in me. It's made me a confident speaker, somebody who wants to go out and speak, and who also has developed listening skills and team building skills. There's a project called HPL, High Performance Leadership in Level 5, where you have to host an event or a major project. You have to deliver on your team building skills. You have to build that intrinsic motivation in everybody of us and get the event successful. So these are major skills that are applicable in everyday life, be it personal, be it our work. These skills are necessary, and these are what I acquired as part of Pathways and Toastmasters. Now, my advice or my recommendations to Toastmasters who are starting out or who are somewhere in the starting, or try to make a journal entry. You will really love it when you go back to those entries. How did you feel? What were your thought patterns? Document your speeches and find a mentor. Now, there are things that I still need to learn. For example, I don't reach out to mentors when I have to. So that is something that's a process that still needs to be done. So reach out to your mentors. Don't hesitate to seek help. You never know where you can find help. And also refine your speeches. The same speech, go through it. Don't be done with it. Document it, go through it multiple times, and you will see how the speech transforms. My Toastmasters Pathways saga continues to grow. I have embarked on a next path called Humor Pathway, and I'm there to explore humorous speeches, how to inculcate humor and how to bring in tickles of laughter in the room and build up the mood. And I also want to work on my pauses and reaching out to mentors, of course, like I mentioned before. Ladies and gentlemen, becoming a better speaker, a stronger person, and a better leader is always a process and never a destination. Over to the table Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Deepa, for such a wonderful journey of completing your pathway. It was great to hear you, and a quite fascinating experience. Yeah, give a round of applause for Deepa. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for such a wonderful journey of completing your pathway and giving us the insights of experience you had. And definitely we would love to consider your recommendations, and I'm sure it's going to be very helpful for us. Thank you. Now I call upon second evaluator, who is a certified independent director, non-executive chairman, and director on the board of ABM Impact India Private Limited. He is a qualified company secretary and law graduate, and also a certified mediator. Whenever I see him, I just feel like getting more younger by his energetic approach in his roles. He is none other than our past president, DTM Milind. May I request DTM Milind sir to please read out the objective of speaker 2. Over to you, DTM Milind.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neelu. The next speaker, in spite of his arduous role of official role as an area director, he has reached level 4 and he'll be attempting his project 2, building a social media presence. His path is leadership development. The purpose of this particular project is for the speaker to apply his understanding of social media to enhance and establish all new social media presence. The purpose of this speech is for the speaker to share some of his experience in establishing or enhancing a social media presence. Few notes to the evaluator. During the completion of his project, the speaker has spent time building a new or for enhancing an existing social media presence. The speaker has generated posts on social media platforms of his own choosing. It may have been for a personal or professional purpose. And about the speech, the speaker will deliver a well-organized speech about his experience. The speaker may choose to speak about the experience as a whole or focus on one or two aspects. Of course, the speech should not be a report on the content of building a social media presence. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neeru.
Thank you, DTM Milinsa. Now I call upon our second speaker who has an impressive profile. Well, for him, success is sum of the small efforts repeated in a day. He joined Toastmasters 4.5 years back and has played n number of roles, like he was a Speech Weavers Club past president twice, VP Education twice, served as a club mentor, member of 2 clubs, current area director, and he's an upcoming CGD team player. Oh my God, so many things. And I just can't imagine his confidence level after so many roles at Toastmaster. And he says his confidence level has enhanced tremendously over the time. Very interestingly, he says some people earning dollars, some other losing time. What exactly he's doing with social media, he will let us know in his speech. He is none other than our area director, Toastmaster Srinu Babu. Put your hands together for our area director, Toastmaster Srinu Babu. Toastmaster Srinu Babu, take the control, Toastmaster Srinu Babu. Over to you, Srinu Babu.
Do you have control on your social media, or does social media control you? Is social media good or bad? Rising Toastmasters and brilliant guests, a very good evening to each one of you. In today's world, if you don't have social media account, you doesn't exist. And research says 91% of people are very active in social media. Now, tell me, how many of you are going through your WhatsApp as soon as you get up from the bed? Yes, you are my friends. And 71% of people does that. As soon as they get up from the bed, they go through all the social media content. My dear friends, and today I am going through my life story, what this social media created in my life. If you continuously repeated same thing in by access through the social media, it is called social media addiction. And research says it impacts your brain. And also, do you know, as per research, if you repeated the content, it creates a neuropath in your brain, and next time, without any effort and unconsciously, you do that activity, whether it is a good or bad. And unfortunately, most of the people does this on the social media. Now, still our question remains same. Is social media good or bad? 4 years back, I want to do something desperately. I was sitting in front of laptop and open to do something extensively. And there is a notification, ping. Just I click one notification. From there, I switch to the Instagram. From there, WhatsApp, Facebook page, and the time is 2 a.m. midnight. I am completing so many YouTube videos. I realized that what I'm doing, with so much regret, I'm going back to the bed. Again, once I get up from the bed, my kids, by the time they went to the school, and my wife is shouting from the kitchen, please finish your bath, please finish your bath. And with a lazy face, I take my bath, again, come back to my social media. Is that happened to your life? Yes. So what do you think? This social media is bad or good? Yes. It is bad if you are wasting your time and you are watching limitless videos without any learnings. And number two, social media is extremely good. I love that. Why I am telling, I will tell you. 4 years back, I was so petrified to show my face to the public. Well, you know, I don't have any confidence to stand in front of the public. I don't have any profile, no LinkedIn profile, no Facebook profile. Why? They know about me and it was so insult. Then I decided, don't create anything. But after joining the Toastmaster, this stage created, given so much confidence, and I created my LinkedIn profile. Why? Job is our image. And I created and I started building. And today on my Facebook, I am able to maintain my relations. And today I have 1,200 friends. On LinkedIn side, since I'm not doing much great, I kept it quite aside. But I realized whatever we have, we should be authentic. I update my profile day by day. Do you know, if you look at my profile today, if you have time, watch it. And my consumer head has a recommendation for me. And my product owner has a recommendation. He given a recommendation. My senior manager also given. My principal architect, test architect, everyone given recommendation for me. The result, what happens, you know, I got a call from different countries. Are you interested for the job? I was so happy just because of social media. And this year, as an area director, my responsibility to open a club. I tried all the ways, I miserably failed, and I decided it can't be possible. And this help of the social media, I created a Facebook page and I started a Telugu English bilingual club. And I spread across my Facebook page in different people. And do you know, today I have 14 lead members in my hand, my dear friends. No doubts on that. Within next 2 weeks, I will be opening new club altogether. Okay. And friends, now tell me, social media is good or bad? And the bottom line is social media is good if you use it right. If you misuse it, you will be miserably failure. And one more important, is social media is important? Yes, it is. And the best example is Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club. Today, these members of the clubs sitting different clubs across the globe, and today so many members across the globe are sitting in front of us, helping us each other. This is just because of social media. And especially in this pandemic, do we know how many countries they could able to stand their brand just because of social media? My friend is a Toastmaster. He is able to earn 10 lakhs per month because of social media. My dear friends and Toastmasters and brilliant guests, I want to give only one suggestion which I am following, and it will be helping very much to me. You use social media, but put limited time, once in a 3 hours or once in a 4 hours. And second thing, keep learning something. There is so much free content in the social media that will change your life. And don't use your mobile 1 hour before going to bed or after immediately getting from the bed next 1 hour. Yeah, with this, I want to tell you one thing. Social media is a trap. Don't be hooked it. Take the control. There is a beautiful life waiting for you. It was just amazing. Go and enjoy it. Over to you.
Give a round of applause to Toastmaster Srinu Babu. Very well said. The speech was very interesting. As recently we had a debate topic on that. And I think most of us can relate to whatever you have told. And we also can use social media for a lot of benefits. That was we were speaking in our debate topic too. So thank you, Toastmaster Srinu Babu. Now let's move on to the most exciting segment of our meeting, table topic round. We have the table topic master who will be conducting the session today. Someone who finds introducing himself as the toughest thing in the world. enjoying the journey of Toastmasters. Success is a byproduct, not an end for him. And let us all welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Siddhartha. Over to you, Toastmaster Siddhartha.
Thank you, Neelu. Cool introduction. So, welcome guests and fellow Toastmasters. So, the first part of the speech or probably the meeting was the prepared speeches section. Okay. So, if you relate to the life, right? So, there would always be the preparation in our life. Without preparation, we cannot move ahead. So, the first part of the meeting was more dealing with the preparation, how we can actually prepare for the speeches in advance, like, or how we can prepare for anything in life in advance. Right? So without preparation, we cannot go ahead in life. That is for sure. But no matter how much you prepare, there will always be some situation which you cannot expect. Okay? And we have to prepare for even the unexpected things. So that is the real trick of life. And this section helps you prepare for the unexpected things in your life. So coming to the topic of just speeches and our public fears and all. So sometimes it can happen that like we'll be able to tell something very nicely once you prepare for it. But if you're not prepared, even though you have a complete context of the whole topic, but still like you will fail at times, right? So it's very important for us to understand and realize that like we have to prepare for the unexpected things. Right? So this section helps you prepare to go on the stage and talk anything, okay, and like which is expected from you at that moment. So how coming to how the section will be organized is, so like I'll be the table topic master, and I will be calling, or probably you can volunteer yourself and then come on to the virtual stage. So once you come on to the virtual stage, I have a list of topics which I have not disclosed earlier. So I will be giving you one of the topic, and you will have to talk from 1 to 2 minutes on that particular topic. So like in the prepared speeches section, there will be a timer who will be noting and showing you the signals. So let's start this section with a good note. So yeah, so at least for the first participant, I would request one of you, either the guests or the members, to please nominate yourself.
Manish.
You can message me. Yeah, Munish. So welcome, Munish. Hi,
Yes,
Munish.
please.
Yeah, so the topic for you is success and freedom. How do they relate? Success and freedom, how do they relate?
Good evening, everybody. Success and freedom, how does it relate? When you want success in life, and that time you are so much involved in a rat race that you want success, and you are working day and night, and you can't say with success you will get freedom along with that. It's very difficult when you want to achieve something in life, and that time you can balance your life, that you can plan, that you have to devote some time to your family members or on yourself also, because you have a goal that you have to achieve. That for that you have to burn midnight oil. And I have observed myself when I was working, and I own a newspaper, and I come home. I used to come earlier home at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and my wife used to call me to come. She has a pain, and I used to say that I'm coming. I used to make an, but I knew that if I leave my office, so the boys can do blunders, and I was also naive into that business. In the beginning, when you start any business or any profession, you have to devote a lot of time. That time it's not possible. that you can say that along with this, I will get freedom. And that time, and you do not know how that time will pass. And afterwards, you will realize that you didn't devote your time to your kids. You didn't devote time to your family. But that time when you are working, that's also very important in life, because you have to establish yourself. To survive in this world, you need money. For that, you have to work very hard. And the both the things, the person who started from the scratch doesn't get to both the things together, success and freedom. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster, please.
Thank you, Manish. That was a really well-crafted speech, I would say. So coming to the next topic, this time I would like to invite Bindu on the stage. Bindu, are you there? Sure. So the topic for you is, we cannot have all the resources, but still we might need some things. So let's suppose if you are having only 500 rupees in your pocket and somehow you want to buy a BMW car. So how do you convince the buyer, the seller, to sell it to you for just 500 rupees?
So I've been given 500 rupees and I've been asked to buy a BMW car.
Yes.
So the first thing that comes to my mind is to go to a BMW shop and ask the salesperson to allow me a test drive on a highway, especially in Bangalore. I'll ask the person to allow me to travel to the airport in Bangalore, which is quite far from the city. Now, once I get that opportunity to take the car that far, I'll get that much time to think about what to do, because it's a very arduous situation where you have to buy a BMW with rupees 500. So I'll try to find a few people. I have made connections because of my previous job who are into private equity, and ask them if they can lend me certain equity money so that I'll make a business out of it. And then with that particular money, I'll try to open up a business, incorporate the company, and use the BMW car for transportation of goods of our company. So in that way, I can officially buy the BMW with 500 rupees of investment and also use that car for a particular purpose in a very legal way. So this was one of the things that comes to my mind on the top of it. But you know, as we are young, there are a lot of mischievous thoughts that are also coming to my mind. Like, what if I buy the car and change the number plate to something else and tell this car is mine, and transport the car to a different city and allow the things to pan out and think on the feet as newer and newer troubles come ahead of me. So with these two thoughts, I leave it up to you to decide, seeing my face, which one I'm going to choose, and hopefully things will pan out well. Over to you, Table Topics Master. Thank you.
Thanks, Bindu, for that ideas. I would definitely go with the first idea. So coming to the next topic, this time I would like to invite Pulkit on the stage. Pulkit?
And the Zoom master.
Yeah, sure. So are you able to hear me, Pulkit?
Yes, I am the Zoom master.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead, Pulkit. Go for it.
Yeah, you can still go for it.
Sure.
So the topic to you is, if you are a tree, how do you define success yourself? Okay, the topic is, if you are a tree, how do you define success?
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth, for giving me this topic. So if I am a tree, I think the success would be having more leaves above me, having more branches, So like a manager, I will think about opening more branches here and there so that I will have more success. And in the branches, like we have employees, so I will think to have more leaves, more green leaves. And as we go ahead, I will, as a route, I am thinking I am the manager, so I will, my aim will be to have more fruits there, so that is more profit. So this can be one success. This can be one point of view for the success. But I think the real success will be is to give others. So my, as a tree, my aim will be how am I helping others? So that will be the real success. So am I providing my fruits so that some other people can can remove their hungers, or with my wood, if other people are able to make chairs or tables and beds, if they are able to have their life comfortable, so that will be the my point of view of success. Thank you. Over to you, Professor Siddharth.
Thanks, Pulkit. So next I would like to call Asha on the stage.
Hello. Hello,
Yeah, hi.
everybody.
Yeah, hello Asha.
I'm
So
Asha
the,
here.
yeah. So the topic for you is, if you cannot work for more than 30 minutes, so what would be the profession you would choose?
If you,
If you cannot work more than 30 minutes at a stretch, what would be the profession you would choose?
uh, good evening, all of you. I'm Asha here. So I think I've been given the most apt topic, because I am a person who cannot work for more than 30 minutes doing one particular job. So I keep multitasking. I keep doing various things at various times, and that's how I am comfortable. So it is, for me, it is an arduous task to continue working for more than 30 minutes on one particular job. So I have chosen to be a homemaker. So I can, from the day, beginning of the day, I can do the job which I like at my own pace and without anybody dictating to me. So that is my idea of an ideal work. But that doesn't mean that I am a lazy person. It just means that I would like to spread my wings doing various things at various times. So thank you for having given me this topic, and I hope I have spoken convincingly. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Asha. It was really convincing. Not that you cannot work for more than 30 minutes, but it is the idea of multitasking. Thank you. So moving on. So next, okay, I would like to invite Shankar on the stage for the next topic. Hello, Shankar, are you there?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. So, Shankar, your topic is who do you compare yourself to in order to define what success means?
Hello, sorry, can you repeat it again?
Yes, yes. So, who do you relate yourselves to? Okay, especially in the direction. Okay, I think it looks like you're having hard time hearing. So, I'll just make it a little bit more clear. So, for you to become successful, whom do you relate to?
Hello, can you repeat it again? Sorry.
I'll post it on the chat. You can look into it. Yes. Shankar, I think you're on mute.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
I think Siddharth, we can go to the next speaker. Shankar, I think we'll come back to you. We'll
Yes.
go to the next speaker, Siddhartha.
Sure.
Shankar will
So-
come back to you.
Yes. So next speaker, I would request the participants to nominate by sending a message in the chat. So, okay. Let me pick randomly someone. Okay. So I would request Furse to please take up the next topic.
What was the topic?
Yeah. So the topic is king versus clown. Who do you think is more successful?
King versus. I'm sorry, repeat one more time, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. King versus clown. Who do you think is more successful?
King versus clown. King versus clown. Oh my gosh, you have hit upon the royal question, my friend. The royal question. If you look back over all of Shakespeare, this is the grand question. Who's really the more successful? The one who starts at such a high level and rules everyone, or the one who works from the bottom of the heap and gets everyone's interest? One usually says that the king is more impressive. Well, that may be, but most of our kings were born into it. Can you really call someone a success if they were born into something? Really? But what if they were a successful king? One who was able to keep his people from poverty, one who was able to help his people rise and be successful. But how about a clown? All he's got to do is make you laugh. All he's got to do is keep you from thinking of all the craziness of life and say, hey, aren't we having a good day today? The king versus the clown. The king wishes that he could be as entertaining as a clown. And the clown wishes that he could command everyone. But doesn't he or she, as the clown, command everyone by making them laugh? By being able to make them come out of their shell with laughter, to induce laughter? Could that not also be said for a king? Shouldn't a king inspire to induce success from people? Oh, both journeys are quite arduous in my esteemed vision. The king versus the clown. Well, I'd like to believe that I'm king of my house. And you know what? My cats only prove to me, as I chase them around the room, that I'm nothing but a clown. So either way, I think I'm going to be pretty successful in my house, whether by my vision or my cat's vision. Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. Back to you.
Thank you, Percy. That was just like a blast, I would say. And this comes to the end of the table topics section. And the last, the topic chosen and that speech delivered by Percy was definitely a blast again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Over to you, table TMOD.
Let us give a round of applause to all the members who participated in the table topics, and for the table topic master, Toastmaster Siddhartha, who conducted an excellent table topic session. That was very interesting and a lot of questions which were really very inspiring and very, excited the involvement of all the participants, Siddhartha. Now I call upon our G to present his report with his team. Over to you, G.
Thank you, TMOD Nilu, for inviting me again. So I have structured my evaluation in 3 ways. So first we will be evaluating speech by speech evaluator. Then I will take tag team and listener report. After that, I will give my general evaluation. So first of all, I would like to invite our first speaker evaluator, Toastmaster Farse, to give DIPA evaluation. Over to you, Farse.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Thank you, members of Speech Weavers. And of course, thank you to DIPA. Thank you for giving us a speech that embodies exactly what you're supposed to do as you understand persuasive influence. Thank you for inviting me here. Is this not the perfect example of persuasive influence? How else did she bring me here? How else has she ever gotten all of the guests here as she has done as president of this club? She has led by example. And this speech embodies all of that. As our theme says, success equals experimenting plus learning. And she has done this through her entire pathway. Let's take a look at how she reflected on her growth of her speech, trying different ways to show it. The Prezi, something she is only just now experimenting and learning with and had the courage to do right here on a long speech. That is success. Standing up, presenting herself in a very vulnerable way. That is experimenting and learning. If you don't think that's experimenting or vulnerable, think about the fact that she showed a picture from her past and invited you, intrigued us to look at her appearance. That's a frightening experience, my friends. I would never ask an audience, hey, let's look at my hair. Let's look at my, wow, that's courage. That is courage under fire. And for that, I applaud you. To be that vulnerable in a speech, awesome, absolutely awesome. And then in her persuasive influence, to talk about mentors. She is always looking for better ideas, always asking for advice, always challenging herself. This is part of her persuasive influence, her ability to invite people into her heart, into her life, so that she can learn. And in return, she then has that ability to persuade them, to move things forward. And that is exactly what this pathway is about. She took great risk. And that is where she can grow as well. This is where, DIPA, I would challenge you. Consider the quote, a ship is safe, but that is not what ships are made for. To risk, to experiment, to keep learning. I entreat you to risk and to keep learning. And as you go through, rely less on that knowledge base that the Pathways gives us, and instead rely more on your own heart. Trust it. Trust it in your speeches, because we want to hear from you, not just about the speech. Thank you, DIPA. I appreciate you having me here. And I wish you continued good luck and success in your further speeches. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Purse, for a wonderful evaluation of Toastmaster Deepa. You have covered almost everything in your evaluation. I would like to add few things. Just one thing today was I was thinking that it could be a little more if you have angled your camera, so we could be able to see your gestures like this. And I am always impressed by your vocabulary. You have used quite a few very good words like jittery, embark. You have also used a phrase called mad cow, and there are a lot of learning from your pathway that everyone can learn if you're a new member in Toastmaster. So for everyone like me or any new member or any other member, like as Deepa said in her speech that she, when she was giving speeches offline, she repeated it 7 times. So that we can also do to improve our voice, hand gestures, modulations, and all those things. With that, I would like to congratulate you on completion of your persuasive influence pathway. Now I would like to invite our second evaluator for Toastmaster Srinu. DTM Milin, over to you.
Srinu Babu, your impactful, energetic opening questions with your unique trademark salutations, rising Toastmasters and my brilliant guest, caught our attention. And throughout the speech, your body movements coming closer to the camera, going back, added that authenticity and the connect was all through. Your main body of your speech had personal anecdotes, starting how your presence was in social media 4 years back, your multiple failures and your gradual transformation, your minor success and then better success as an individual, as an area director, those added authenticity to what you were saying. And you even added the example of our own speech viewers club and your personal experience of Toastmasters for Telugu language, so which is known to us. So that really made us hook and we could understand what you want to say. And the entire speech of yours was in a very conversational mood, as if you were talking to each one of us. So that kept us appreciating what you were saying. We never felt the distance between social media. We felt as if you were standing in front of us and talking to each one of us. And the icing on the cake was you started with a couple of questions. Does social media controls you, or whether you control social media? Is social media good or bad? And during your body of the speech, you gave examples when social media is good and when social media is bad, when you control social media or when they. So it was very clear to us what you wanted to say. And you concluded with now how to control social media, how to make sure that the social media is benefited to you and is not bad to you. So overall, excellent package which you shared, your thought process as a level 4 speaker, you were fantastic in that. Now, areas where you can work on, it's just my personal thing which I felt, just take it from that side, what I felt as a viewing the thing. Your body movements coming up, going down, it was constant. Maybe you could have controlled that thing, actions, because as if you were sometimes coming closer, just make sure when you want to come closer, use anything done slightly over may lose the impact. So be aware of those hand gestures and just continuously swaying to and fro. It's very impactful that you come closer, but then there has to be particular reason. Just use yours. So just organize your speech, be prepared, and when you should move your body closer, when you should go back. So that is one which you need to just as a work on and maybe even challenge yourself to use that. Otherwise, it was a fantastic speech. I thoroughly enjoyed and look forward for the next speech. Over to the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you so much, Milind sir, for your very good analysis of Toastmaster Srinu Babu speech. I am agree with you on certain points he had given his speech. I liked his speech, and as a his mentee today, I have privilege to evaluate him as well. So I would like to say he today I am watching him for last more than almost 1 year. I have seen him growing like earlier last year. When I saw him speaking, he used to use lot of crutch words. Today, I haven't seen any crutch words or filler words in his speech. So that I am very much impressed from him. And for hand gestures, I was seeing he was getting till his uh, till his vest. So it is very good angle to see anyone speaking. So maybe he used some back and forth. So it might be avoided a bit, but overall it was looking very beautiful. And he used also some good words like petrified, and you have to keep learning. And I told the Toastmaster of the day that if you want to be a successful, you have to keep changing yourself. So I'm impressed by that. Now I would like to take our tag team report before I jump into my evaluation. For that, I would like to invite our timer of the day, Toastmaster Radha, to give his report.
Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. Once again, it's Adarsh here, your timer for the day. And now it's time for me to point out the amount of time that each of you took to complete your speeches and table topics. Starting off with Vandana, the SAA for today, that is the Surgeon at Arms. She was supposed to take a maximum of 2 minutes, but she marginally exceeded the time limit and she took it to about 3 minutes and 21 seconds. As for Deepa, the presiding officer, she managed to keep her part of the session within 4 minutes, which is a wonderful job from her. And then moving on to Joseph sir, the joke master, while his jokes were absolutely brilliant and I enjoyed it, I must confess that he managed to take about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. And I would hope that I hope that he works on that. Moving on to Neelu, the Toastmaster of the day. She did a wonderful job in terms of presenting herself in front of the audience. She took about 4 minutes and 50 seconds out of the 5 minutes that were allocated to her. Moving on to the speakers for today, that is Deepa and Toastmaster Srini Babu. Both of them did a wonderful job, but I think Deepa was supposed to spend somewhere between 10 minutes and 12 minutes while giving a speech, but she managed to take about 9 minutes and 9 seconds. And I think there was a slight mishap when I did what I did. So I'd like to apologize for that. Moving on to Srini Babu, sir, he managed to take about 7 minutes and 6 seconds, which is slightly over the 7 minutes that was allocated to him. Moving on to the table topic session, our first table topic speaker, Munish, took about 2 minutes and 28 seconds, or the two minutes allocated to him. Bidu took about 1 minute and 57 seconds. Pulkit took about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Asha took about 1 minute and 20 seconds. And our guest, Ferze, took about 2 minutes and 25 seconds in completing his table topic. Moving on to the evaluation session, we had, again, our guest, our esteemed guest, Ferze Potuako. He took about 3 minutes and 42 seconds out of the 3 minutes that were allocated to him. And then finally, Milind sir took about 3 minutes and 25 seconds out of the 3 minutes that were allocated to him. Overall, there were about 5, I think there were about 6 disqualifications, but I hope that all of you work on this. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Adarsh, for your very detailed report on timing role. Now I would like to invite our grammarian. So before that, I will like to invite our counter of the day, Toastmaster Varsha, to give her report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I guess the report is good. I couldn't find much flaws in many. Coming
crutch words or filler words.
Today, I couldn't find anything in her.
Find are repeated.
So,
Varsha,
yeah.
Varsha, Could you, your voice is breaking a bit, so could you adjust your mic?
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For general evaluator, the R was repeated 5 times, and so was 1. Timer Adarsh, I couldn't find any crutch words, even for grammarian Shushma. Coming to the speaker 1, Deepa, I could find to be used, was used twice, and speaker 2, I couldn't find any. Coming to table topic master Siddhartha, I could find 8 so, and was repeated many times. I guess it was 9 times, and was 5 times. And yeah, coming to Nitin, he repeated so 3 times in a sentence. The table topic speakers, for Munish, I could see like and was used twice in a sentence. And for Pulkit, it was 2 ands in a sentence. That's it. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Varsha, for your detailed report on R counter report. Now, I would like to invite our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Shushma, to give her report.
Can I
Over
share
to you,
the?
Shushma.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Here is my grammarian report, and I have made a note: good uses, not so good usages, and the word of the day report and grammatical usage of the report. To begin with, Toastmaster Joseph, the words disgusting, and Toastmaster Deepa, she has used the words in her speech were tutorials, passionate, exploring, enrich, descriptive, hierarchy, conquer, intrinsic, ember, inculcate. And the word of the day used by many speakers, Toastmaster Neelu, DTM Forsi, Bidu, our guest, Asha, they used word of the day. And moving on to Toastmaster Srinu Babu, he has used the word petrified, and a few areas of improvement while for pronunciation, that is consumer, not the consumer. And instead of you doesn't exist, he could have used you, it doesn't, you don't exist. Then not no doubts, he said no doubts in social media. Instead of he could have used no doubt, no doubt. Then moving on to DTM Millin's speech, the words used by DTM Millin were enhance, authenticity, and the good phrase was icing on the cake. DTM Forsi, arduous, used by the word of the day, and impressive. Moving on to table topic speakers. Yes, this is my grammarian report. Over to Toastmaster Mayu, general evaluator.
Thank you, Shushma. Can you stop sharing?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shushma. It was very unexpected that you are sharing that sheet. I am very much impressed by your report. You have included all the things in your report. Thank you for that. Before jumping into the listener role, I would like to take general evaluation. Then I will invite our listener to ask you a few questions, how you were attentive throughout the meeting. Is that okay, guys? Yeah. So first of all, we started on time with a bang at 5 p.m. I couldn't listen Vandana as a essay due to network issue. I hope she had done already a very well job on that. One thing I missed today in the chat box is essay or secretary could have put that name convention should be followed by some members, which might they have forgot, like Shushma, Siddharth, Nitin, and Deepa. So please follow that as well. As a TM, as a presiding officer, you did a always amazing job in throughout this 6 months, and we got to learn a lot of things from you, and I thank you for that. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nilu, it was your debut as a TMOD, and before you on the back end, when you were working for that role, we had a lot of discussion. How can I plan out things? How can I do? We were changing themes for 2-3 days and finalize one theme. And at the end, it was a very beautiful job you have done as a TMOD. Congratulations on that. Moving on to Deepa's speech, I have already included. She gave her speech very well. And on Shrinu, I forgot to mention one sentence. It could be like I felt like insulted. And for Siddharth as a TTM, you did a good job, but you have used some hours and so 2-3 times. For table topic speakers, usually whenever a topic is given to any speaker, I would recommend every one of you to just jump onto that topic. Okay, and like Pulkit, you no need to give good evening everybody or just start with your speech, because you will have only 1 to 2 minutes to speak on that topic. I am very much impressed by analogy used by Pulkit also, and always impressive to listen Furse whatever he speaks. And I would like to congratulate Vidhu as well for analyzing the situation very well on how to buy BMW in 500 rupees. Overall, the meeting went well, and these are some few recommendations by me, which we can include in our next meeting from now onwards. Just I missed one thing also, that in the starting when Toastmaster Joseph started, I was feeling like you were reading 1 or 2 sentences in the starting, and once you got the flow, you were able to replicate your thoughts manageably. With that, I would like to hand over to. It was a bit arduous task for me to manage, evaluate all the speaker and general evaluator, because it is very difficult to evaluate Milind sir, Deepa, Shrinu, and Furse. So I'm very happy about that. And with that, I would like to hand over to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Deepa. Over to you. Thank you all.
Just checking, Nitin, listener role?
Yeah, okay. So can we have listener Nitin to ask you question, how attentive all the member and guests were throughout the meeting?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, General Evaluator Mayur. So sorry for the issue. I couldn't attend the complete meeting. There was a net issue for 15 minutes. But other than that, I was attentive, and let's see how attentive others are. So there are a few questions. So in Toastmaster Deepa's speech, so let me tell you, she gave some recommendations in her speech for all the other Toastmasters. Can anyone say what are those to improve yourself as a Toastmaster or a public speaker? Can anyone?
Contact your mentors. Contact your
Document your
mentors.
speeches.
Document your speeches.
Journal entry.
Yeah. Yes, very good. Yeah, that was good. So there are two of them. Put general entries so that you can review them and have your journey and contact your mentors. Take help of them. Don't hesitate. Okay, then in Toastmaster Srinu Babu's speech, I loved it very much, and that there he told many things about social media. How can you use it in a good way or bad? So, can anyone tell me how he used it in a good way to improve his life, in his life experience?
Not to
He had
use
opened
the
a Facebook page for English and Telugu bilingual classes.
Yeah.
Then
Yes. So yeah.
it has
One more.
increased his confidence when he opened the LinkedIn account.
Yes. So super good. So I think these are the two questions I got, and I think it is out of time. So over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nitin, for taking listener role. With that, I would like to hand over to Toastmaster Deepa, our president, to address the meeting.
Thank you, Mayur. I really like the meeting, especially the valuations and the table topics being, Pulkit's speech. I was impressed. I like the clarity of thought. Pulkit, I don't know why you were hesitating. You are a table topic speaker. Keep trying. And all in all, I really loved the meeting. I hope you all had a great time as well. So coming to the news for speech weavers. So as you all know, we have turned President Distinguished this month. So a big round of applause to all of us for working as a team, as members, as executive committee members for making this possible. And the second one is the next elections. We had to do it earlier, but it's happening next week. So I urge all of you to nominate yourself for your executive committee positions. Not only can you include it in your LinkedIn profile, it will help you with your leadership. You have to motivate the team here, and it's a non-profit, so it's like almost running a startup of your own. So I urge all of you to nominate yourself for the executive committee, and also anybody can do that. There's no restriction. All members can nominate yourself. I think I've sent the emails to you. And one other thing I want to tell is this will help in your DTM journey. If you're intent on becoming a DTM, you'll have to complete 1 year of officer role. You have to take up 1 year of officer role. So if you're intent on that, please nominate yourself. This is the right time to do. And I think now we'll wait for Mayur to prepare the voting forms, and so that we can vote for the best role takers, table topic speakers. In the meantime, I would like to call on our guests to speak to us as to how they felt about the meeting. So first off, I'd like to go over to, let me go to the ones who have their videos on. To Tomoko, how did you feel? How was the meeting?
Thank you very much for having me here in this wonderful Toastmaster meeting. Last week, I joined your special workshop event and I was fascinated. Everybody was making arduous effort to make the thing successful. And so I wanted to observe your regular meeting. And I was also fascinating because many good things. No wonder you have 617 meeting. This is no wonder great. Especially the evaluator speeches were great, and also speeches, of course, and table topic speeches. Every table topic speaker was great. Then also I was amazed the smooth flow of the management of the entire meeting. Everything was so well organized, Thank you very much. I'd like to visit this club again to learn, to improve myself. Thank you very much for giving me a great learning opportunity. Thank you. Back to you, President.
Thank you, Tomoko. I mean, for coming, we'd like to have you more often with us. And speech weavers, please do visit Oki Orators as well, which is the club which Tomoko belongs to. They are a fun-loving group. I mean, I really had fun attending their club. I learned about NATO. I learned about a word called san. You know, you use the word Tomoko-san. I never knew how to use it. So it's a good Japanese experience. Please visit Oki Orators as well. And next, I like to move on.
Excuse me, one thing I have to add is the time difference. Japan is 3 and 30 minutes ahead of the time. So right now it's 10 past 10 o'clock in the evening.
Thank you.
You have to be careful about that.
Thank you so much for coming despite it being quite late for you. Now let me go over to Saket. Saket, are you there?
Hey, hi, yes, I'm here. I'll also switch on my.
Where are you joining us from? How did you find the meeting?
I'm joining from Bangalore. I have been constantly receiving emails to join one of the sessions, but never did. So today I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And here I am. I have been to one of the physical meetings also before. It was long back. It was not of this club. I think it was Dhwani. And they also added me in their WhatsApp group, but I think didn't go forward. Anyways, the meeting was excellent. I couldn't imagine a better use of COVID times and how you all have managed to conduct it even online, and the clapping and standing ovations, everything was awesome. And I really liked how you are using the background colors to indicate that the time is about to get over, green, yellow, red. Excellent way of telling people that you are about to end time instead of interrupting them or doing some other way of letting them know. So great. I'm looking forward.
Thank you, Saket. Wish to see you more often. Do think about joining Speech Weavers. It's a Toastmasters. It's a great journey to go through, and especially right now when the whole world is online, you can travel the world and experience different cultures. I'm doing that, and I highly recommend it to everybody. And next, I'd like to move across to our next guest, Asha. Asha, have we seeing you after such a long time? How are you doing?
It's always great coming back to you. Yeah, I really appreciate the teamwork and the effort you put into each meeting, sir. And everything goes off like clockwork. So I appreciate that, and I enjoy it actually. It is the paucity of time that I cannot attend all your meetings. I really would like to attend more often. I would like to be a part of you too. But then, I've got a lot of other engagements and I'm pressed for time. So anyway, whenever I can, I will join you. I really enjoy these meetings and your company. Thank you.
Hoping to see you as a speech weaver very soon, to continue to visit us and contribute. And next, I'd like to move to Shankar Purohit. Are you there with us? You there?
Yes, hello.
How did you find the meeting? How did you find the meeting?
Yeah, hello, good evening all. Thank you for having me here in this meeting. I find it very much encouraging and very enthusiasm meeting, because each and every person is encouraging all the new member and even the member to speak and to enhance his communication skill and leadership quality. And I really like those people who are taking the part of time controller and other faculty, grammarian and other people who is encouraging all person who is having first time or who are the guest. And this extempo, I like it very much, like tabletop topics. Thank you so much. I like it very much.
Shankar, are you part of our WhatsApp group? I'll send you the invite otherwise. I'll direct message you.
No, this is first time I am attending this meeting. One of my friends sent me the link.
Okay, I'll direct message you over the chat box. You can join our WhatsApp group where you'll get updates
Sure.
about our meeting.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I finally go to, did I cover everybody? Looks like I have. I'll go to Bidu, who's going to be returning soon back to the club. Bidu, how did you find the club?
Hi Deepa, hi everyone. So it's great to be back. I mean, I was not able to get time to join these meetings because of, again, paucity of time. But I'm glad I got a chance to attend this meeting. And it was so encouraging to see some of the known people progress so much in the last 6 to 8 months, especially Srinu Babu and even you, Deepa. You always find a way to improve yourself one step further. It was not that you were good before 8 months and you have still found a way to improve yourself. And people who have joined from different parts of the world, Tomoko, Fuse, great to have you. Fuse, absolutely awesome speech. I could not differentiate whether it was a table topic or it was a prepared speech. You have set the benchmark really, really high for every speaker in the group. Glad to be back. Hopefully I'll keep continuing to come as guest or hopefully return as a member very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Bidu. And not to miss out, Fuzzy. Now, I know everybody have got the pronunciation wrong, except Sushma, I believe. So it's Fuzzy again. I'm very finicky about pronunciation. Over to Fuzzy. How did you find Speech Weavers today?
It was a great group. It was a fantastic group. And again, to echo what everybody else said, very smooth, very smooth. Wasn't it smooth? He doesn't care. It was very smooth. I applaud Zoom Master. Very well done. And Timer, that's a lot of information. And those reports at the end, the tag reports, terrific job. Thank you for the spreadsheets. Great job. Thank you, Deepa, for inviting me.
Oh, it was a delight to have you. I thank you for agreeing to be my evaluator. It was such a privilege. With that, I think the forms are up in the chat box. You can vote for your favorite role taker and table topic speaker, and we'll quickly announce the results and say bye-bye. So please take your time to vote for the best role takers and table topic speakers.
Okay, guys, I hope everyone got the voting links. Please vote as soon as possible.
How are the numbers looking like, Mayur?
Just a second. Okay, I got 10 response so far. I need few more responses. We are 5 more member available in the participant list. So those who haven't voted yet, please do vote for your best role taker or speaker of today's meeting. Thank you.
Okay, we'll just take a couple of seconds and then you can go ahead with the numbers you have.
Yeah. Okay, so let me announce the result then. We got 11 response so far. Shall I announce it?
Yes, go ahead, Mayur.
Okay. So the best role taker, best supporting role goes to our first time Zoom master, Toastmaster Pulkit. Congratulations. Best auxiliary role goes to our first time grammarian, Toastmaster Shushma. Impressive. And the best evaluator goes to, I think it might be a tie. Let me see. It's close. Okay. So the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Furse. Congratulations. Best table topic goes to again Toastmaster Furse. Congratulations on winning table topics and best evaluator. Now I would like to ask our members and guests who is best speaker and role taker. Any ideas?
Best speaker, Deepa.
Mayur, I'm intrigued. Do you have the pie chart on? You seem to be counting the votes all the time.
Yes, yes. I am seeing from sheet. Okay. Yeah. So any ideas? Any guesses for best role taker and speaker?
Best speaker, Deepa.
Okay. Okay. So
Best role
let me
taker.
announce them. Guesses are not going correct. So best speaker goes to Toastmaster Shinu Babu. Congratulations. And the best role taker, our debutant Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nilu. Congratulations every role takers for winning their roles. With that, I would like to hand over back to again Toastmaster Deepa. Over to you.
Thank you, Mayur. Thank you for those results and congratulations to all the winners and role takers. Keep trying and keep getting better. This is, and give your best at the club level and then you improve those roles. With that, have a happy weekend. See you again next Friday, 5 p.m. at Speech Weavers, and Vidhu back to Speech Weavers. Okay then. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye, everyone.
Please
Great
don't cut
weekend.
because
Bye-bye.
Saket is trying to share.